say times I can be misunderstood. Yeah. There'll be good days and bad days, like the preacher said it would. All I ask is you will try loving me. All I ask is you will try loving me. 'Cause loving me ain't easy.
What's going on? It's your boy, the People's Champ, in the building. I want to say something, and on today, I'm gonna say this. I have somebody that, if you guys were watching, I was on his show. But today, I have the honor of having Wesley Fly Forrest in the building on Black King's Free Game. Let's give it up for Wesley Fly.
What's happening?
What's happening, bro? Well, one thing that's happening is that you on today, and it is an absolute pleasure, bro. It's an honor to have you on. And one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if we can get Eddie over here. He been avoiding my calls all day, bro. He normally on point, but if he does come through, it'll be a great pleasure and add onto what we got going.
Nah, that's the homie.
Yes, sir. I want to ask you a question, man. How's your week been?
Man, I can't complain, man. I've been on vacation all week. Man, I've been off in Florida, hanging out. You know, me and my wife, anniversary week. About 18 years? So, yeah, that's what we've been chilling.
So, you said 18 years?
18 years, yeah.
Bro, that's work.
We've been together 18 years.
Wow. Well, if I can get Eddie over here, Eddie Myers, to come on over here with Wesley Fly Forrest,
yeah,
it'll be good. So I dropped that message to him. Hopefully he got it.
Nah, while we wait on him, I appreciate you having me, you know.
Nah, it's an honor, man. You had me on when we were talking about the Relay for Life, the fight.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that was
dope.
love.
It did good.
Hey, did you enjoy it?
Nah, we ain't been out in years. That's the first time we've been out in years, and we had a good time, man. That was dope.
Man, the best thing about that night I remember was, my wife was there, of course, but it was just the atmosphere and the energy, man.
Yeah.
That vibe was real.
Nah, all the other fights was cool. Mm-hmm. Got a chance to talk to some of the fighters after the fight.
Yeah.
It was a good environment. Everybody had good spirits. Everybody had a good time that was around us before and after.
Yes, sir.
It was all good energy, man. We need something like that going on at least once a month.
Look,
we need something like that going on at least once a month, man.
Yeah.
People need something to do, somewhere safe to go.
Yes.
Somewhere peaceful, no drama.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need going on around here, Y'all promoted it with nothing but positivity from the beginning, so
yes,
it made it dope.
And the rematch, which will be going down hopefully here in November.
Nah, yeah, that's dope.
I want that to be on and popping also, bro, because it did a lot of good, especially for the Relay for Life.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the comedians that came out. I think he did a good job. That was my first time.
Sharp.
That was my first time being around something like that. I ain't never went to no, comedy show or nothing like that. So I felt like he did a good job. 'Cause I haven't seen him do anything other than that before. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
That was dope.
I went to one of his shows in Savannah.
Yeah.
Yes, I went to one of his shows. He invited us out, and we wanted to show up, and he did pretty good, man.
Nah, that was dope, man. Shout out to him, man. I need to. I'm opening the doors for comedians to come on the show.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
I look, and they ain't got to worry about it. Just hit me up. We'll book it, get them in, get it done. Mm-hmm. I had a couple of comedians reach out to me. I had my cousin reach out to me. It's the platform's open for anybody that got something they want to showcase.
Yeah. Well, with that showcasing come all of the comedy also. Yeah. And Jamie Sharp pretty funny, man.
It was funny, man. I like how, how he dealt with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
That was dope. So it's a couple of times that stuff happened that he could have kind of buckled and, fell flat on it, but he didn't. He kind of kept in communication and dealt with the crowd and kept it funny, kept it professional.
Yeah, he flowed with it. He really did flow with it.
Got to meet the mayor.
Yeah,
You know,
Carl Rouse.
you know, for him find out that he know who I am, what I'm doing. So I felt like that was dope.
Yes.
That's somebody I would love to have on, get his life story.
Yes.
One-on-one interview life story. I feel like, you know, events like that bring out people to where you can, you know, meet and mingle and, you know, find out who know you, who you know, and move forward, do business.
And see, that's one thing I wanted to talk about too, bro. When we doing these shows and the podcast, I don't think a lot of people know the time. Like even today, we supposed to be on a little bit earlier than what we are now.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that patience on that.
Nah,
And that's
all
my
good.
bad. I take full accountability for that.
Nah, that's all good.
But I don't think a lot of people know the effort that goes into it. So I'm gonna start off like this. What was the first thing that made you want to start Wesley Fly Forest
Man,
TV?
nah, I used to watch $1 Million Worth of Game back in the day, like when it first came out, like when Wallow first got out.
Wallow, yep.
And, you know, how they used to do it was just them on there cutting up with Devin Wade or whatever. They used to be on there being funny, you know, them clowning each other, clowning other people. They wasn't bringing on guests at the time. So that's when it was more authentic. It was like they was just having fun with it or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what made me want to do it, just watching them.
And I'm not gonna look. Wallow, that's not his name. The light skinned dude.
Gilly.
Gilly.
Yeah,
Gilly.
yeah.
Gilly a clown.
Yeah.
Now Wallow, when he got out, you know, he was doing eating the ramen noodles, wanting the prison food, and
running
all
up
that.
to the camera and all that. Now I felt like that was dope, and then it wasn't a whole lot of people trying to do podcasts at the time, so it kind of inspired me a little bit. But I think once I seen like, you know, Jay Wayne and his partner gonna kill me. I forget him and David. They started doing their thing. They started doing interviews and stuff like that right there. That kind of inspired me a little bit to go ahead and stop procrastinating and get it done.
Yeah.
So, you know, it started off like kind of like what you do is a real podcast. What I do is less like a podcast because it's more just interviews and having artists come on and showcase and, you know, stuff like that. But this is kind of real podcast because it's kind of real, like just having conversations versus just doing the interview.
Yeah. Man, look, we all doing our thing that we feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
And look, I want to urge y'all. Look, I subscribe to West Fly TV. You should too. Don't forget to check it out. Now, are you on YouTube?
I'm on everything.
On all platforms.
I'm on everything. I'm also on all the little podcast platforms like,
Patreon.
you know, not Patreon.
Okay.
But, you know, you got the Apple podcast stuff. You got the iHeartRadios, just the audio and stuff. I'm on all that too.
Look, well, I'm going to have to ask you for a favor then, Wes.
All right.
Yeah, I want you to show me how to do all that. Look,
It's easy. I got you.
all I got is Facebook and YouTube,
Yeah.
you know. But when you started watching, you know, $1 million worth of game with Wallow and Gilly,
Yeah.
that inspired you to get to where you are now. Well, what's been the most difficult part of being in the podcast world?
Man, I'm not the biggest people person, to be honest. Man, I'm kind of like a solo person. I'm kind of a loner. I got a lot of homeboys and stuff like that, but you know, I don't like to deal with other people and they nonsense. So I'm kind of like a loner. Plus, I grew up with my dad kind of running the streets a lot. Not in the streets like doing crimes, but
I know what
just
you mean.
running around with his friends and stuff like that. So he went home a lot. So I try to do the opposite and, you know, be home. So my patience for other people ain't that long.
Yeah, I get you. And you know what? I'm gonna be real, bro. We kind of similar in that.
Yeah.
My pops, he wasn't no criminal or nothing, but he was always out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Now, I find myself at one point, you know, I was out and my thing was I like to mingle because that's my business.
Yeah.
You know, so I like to pass out my cards, you get to know people, and I'm telling you, business is good.
Yeah.
But the older I get, the more I stay my butt at home.
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
lie, bro.
Yeah.
It's like that family time, it mean a lot. Now I got like 6 kids. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like 6 kids and 5 girls, 1 boy. So a lot of that, you know, when you home, you get to see a lot more.
Yeah, yeah. You there to regulate.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, we on Black King, so just to make sure I say it the right way. You know, we always get the stigma as black men. It's like we don't take care of our kids and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm here to say that's false.
Yes.
Right. I've been around with my kids since day one. Even my oldest son, that's my stepson. But, you know, nobody would know it because I don't treat him like my stepson.
Facts.
I've been around since he was, you know, a baby. Like I said, me and his mom been together 18 years. We've been married at least 17 years.
And shouts out to Queen Forrest. Shouts out to Queen Forrest.
Shout out to her.
So much for sharing his time.
Yeah, and it ain't been perfect, but, you know, I try to make sure that, you know, I'm there. I'm home, you know. So, like I said, I ain't the most people person because I'm a homebody. I want to be home with my kids and make sure I can see what's going on. I'm there to answer those questions. I'm there to catch them when they're going in the wrong direction. So we did a good job. He just graduated high school. He already got him a job at Chemtal, got his own car, got his own high credit score. So I feel like we did pretty good. So we got 3 more we need to do the same thing with.
Yes, sir.
None of them never been in no trouble. So yeah, so we do stay home. We do stay home with our kids. We do take care of our kids.
Facts.
You know, we do stick with our families, even though it ain't perfect, but you know, we get the job done.
And bro, look, one thing I know about marriage is growth.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like, man, you know, it be the same thing every day. But you know what they be missing is the growth.
Yeah.
Like if you paying attention and you notice, you gonna learn something almost every day, if not every day. But you gotta pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned a lot about myself. And we're doing the podcast and meeting new people. I don't know if you noticed, you see who on the 1s and 2s back there.
Yeah. Yeah.
My Queen Mosley is back there on the 1s and 2s and is normally back there all the time.
Yeah. Helping
me build this dream. You know what I mean? That has become a reality. So to my Queen Mosley, I love you, baby, and thank you so much.
Now, when I found out, I felt like that was dope because you seen I run everything myself.
Yeah.
But that's just how I like to do things. I like to have my hands on and in everything because I want it to be perfect. And you know, and that's another one of the biggest struggle is when you like a micromanager or you know you want to have. You feel like nobody can do nothing better than you. You kind of it's kind of harder because you do a lot of it alone. But you know what, y'all got a pretty good dynamic to where you rely on her to do those things, which takes a lot of pressure off of you.
Yes. Well, let me not lie, bro. Beforehand, when I first started this thing, bro, I had an engineer.
Yeah.
And you know, you bump heads when you just have differences.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, he was a great engineer, right? But people don't have the time, and sometimes they can't get there when you need them to.
Yeah.
And you don't want to force nobody on that. So then it moved on to another engineer. I had somebody coming from Savannah.
Yeah.
Then I had another person coming from Savannah, right? And then I wanted the frequency. I didn't want it to be a set time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be able to do maybe 5 podcasts every day. I wanted to do one, and I didn't want to have somebody on somebody else's schedule.
Yeah.
Then I wanted to run it just like you, like right here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got the thing to do it, and then I didn't know how to operate it with.
Yeah.
Whereas I sat here, like everything you see now, bro, that's from me plugging and I'm looking. Like, oh, it cut on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So it was.
I think that's how I used to do it the same way. I used to have the little ATM mini like right beside me so I could switch it as I'm having a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, but I learned that the quality wasn't good. Once you doing it that way, the highest quality I can only do is like a 1080. So once I switched cameras and switched to where I can do everything in 4K, you know, I didn't need that no more because I learned how to cut it up in my edits.
Yeah.
But you also do live. I don't do live.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you why I do live. One main reason I do live, everybody, is because I don't have no time to be edited.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
And plus, I like stuff raw. You know what I mean? And I like for it to be, real.
Yeah.
Because I like to be genuine. It's not like I'm gonna have somebody come up here and I'm gonna try to set them up either.
Yeah.
You feel? Because I'll let them know. Like I've had people on here before. I could have done like much damage, but that's not me. I want people to be able to tell their story, tell what they feel, even voice their opinion without having to feel attacked, so they can be open about who they are and what they want to get done.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they try to talk a good game, but then when they see the reality of it, they were like, well, dang, that didn't, I see what they're coming from now. And they'll see it themselves, But it takes a lot of confidence and everything to even do a podcast, period. And I think people think it's easier.
Yeah, it ain't easy.
Yeah, at all.
It ain't easy.
At all.
It costs money, costs
Yes.
time,
So you a millionaire, right? You a millionaire now since you've been doing podcasts, because that's what everybody think, that is millions of dollars flowing in.
Nah. Not even close.
Hey,
Still got to go to. Well, I don't go to work every day. I work 4 days a week, but I still got to do it. I ain't made really no money off of it. The money I have made off of it, I put it right back into it.
Yep.
So
It's
it don't
love.
really. Yeah, it's just because I just like to do it.
Yeah.
Right. And the people I do charge, I just charge for my time to make sure that they respect my time.
Fact.
Because at first I used to do it all for free. I used to do everything for free. But then you would have people just wouldn't show. People would cancel and then don't even call you. People, just all kind of stuff. They just didn't care.
Yes.
Right. But once I started charging, I got more people in that cared, that show up, and it don't even matter about the time. Just show up.
Yeah.
Just come like you said you would. It cut out a lot of problems once I started charging.
Yeah. So I appreciate you starting that argument tonight between my wife and I, because she really wants me to charge a lot of money. I'm just playing, but now I feel like I should start incorporating it. But a lot of the people that I have on, man, I just be honored to have them as guests.
Yeah.
And I do want the community to get fired up about what's going on. A lot of people don't know what's going on, Wes.
Yeah.
They think that there's no programs available or there's nothing for the kids to do, and there is. Like the library's got a program coming out about the patio.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have reading books on like the patio, and you can order books, and I'll be having them on here shortly to tell about things that's going on in Hinesville and the programs. Like our literacy's got to get better, Wes.
Yeah.
It's got to get better. So a lot of that I be putting on, the charitable organizations, and that's why I guess the payment for me, I think it will come.
Yeah.
But I want it to be the right people that it comes for.
Everything come in time, right? And just with the way you kind of do things, you have the opportunity to get paid. I think the hardest part is getting paid from the people that you bring in. It'll be more, I think it'll be easier for you to get paid more from the companies that want you to promote what they got going on.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
Especially with doing it live. This episode is brought to you by whatever. This is what they got going on. This is the date. Make sure you check them out. Whatever. That's the opportunity you have to get paid. That's the whole point of podcasts and TV shows and stuff like that. It's advertisement, and that's what I'm leaning more towards. That's the goal. My goal is to get paid off of advertisement and then pay other people to come on.
Facts.
But it got to grow. In order for it to grow, it got to show that people want to participate. And how they participate right now, for me, they show up and they pay to. If they want to showcase their abilities, they pay to come and showcase their abilities. You want to get interviewed and nobody really don't know who you are, you pay to get interviewed so people can see who you are.
Facts.
And once that grows out over the long period of time, right, and you got people want to pay ad dollars and stuff like that, now I can afford to pay you to come on now.
Yes.
It's a full circle. But the problem with it within our small community is we don't have a whole lot of people willing to pay to do the things that they want to do. They want you to pay for your, your computers, your equipment.
Yeah.
You to post it and cut it and send it to them and everything. And you spent money and they got everything they needed and they didn't have to spend a dime. And that's what people are not understanding.
Yes.
So people get upset because you charge, or they're thinking you don't like them or you don't want to deal with them because you charge. No, time is money.
Yes. And you put a lot into it, man.
Yeah.
Cameras can cost upwards to $600, $800. The equipment and the stuff that it takes to just run it costs money. Even being on Facebook, and sometimes you might want to put it out there a little additional, that costs money. And one of my first people that I had for Ad Spot was Steezo Collection. And as you can see, I still have Steezo up here.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate it. It's my cousin Tayron that did it. Yeah. And then I also have, speaking of that, if you have bugs and pests, let Magnum Pest Control handle the rest. That's 1-844-MAGNUM-1. And your boy, if you want to buy a house, you got to stop playing with it. Don't listen to all these stigmas that's out here telling you, oh, the interest rates. Let me explain something to you. About 7 years ago, interest rates were around 3%, 4%. That was really the lowest that they ever saw in history. Understand that houses were not supposed to be 3% interest because eventually people are going to stop investing in the real estate market. These real estate bonds and stuff that you hear about, people want to put money into that because they were getting returns. If there's a 3% return, people stop investing, and then there's no money available for people to buy. That means that people aren't putting out the capital for people to buy houses. So understand that. Right now, we're about a 6.5, 6.75 interest rate, which it could dip a little bit lower, but it could also go up. Understand that that's still a good interest rate because interest rates were at 11, 10, and 12%. So don't let that discourage you, because as the market goes up, you gain equity, and equity is the long game. Also, we have an absolute excellent rental market because military members are going to be here. There was 3 to 4 years. Now it is going to be 5 to 7 years that they're going to be here in Fort Stewart. So when you buy a rental property here in Liberty County, those renters are going to buy it. Rent it out. And you're not looking to make $4,000 off your rental a month. You're looking to make around $100 to $200 a month. And they pay for your property and you get the equity. Your equity in the long run could gain you upwards to $30, $40 to $100,000. And also you have something that you call collateral that can be used in your upcoming as you get older in order to have assets. So remember that whenever you want to buy a house or you want to sell your house, get in contact with your boy, the People's Champ. Don't forget it. Hit me in my messages. All right. So back to the show. I didn't get in there.
So what if somebody was paying you to do all that? That's how that's supposed to go.
Facts. I know it.
That's the name of the game right there. What you just did. Everybody can't talk like that.
Yeah. Everybody
can't deliver like that.
Yeah.
So the name of the game is to grow your audience, and then people charge you to use your audience.
Yes.
That's the name of the game.
Well, I appreciate you, bro, because I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm trying to learn this thing out, and my heart is just, I want to give so much, but you can only give to a certain point, especially when everything is just pulling away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's easy for people like us to give because we fortunate and probably come from nothing. So you want to help people as much as possible. Yeah. But people got to help themselves at the same time.
And that's big facts.
They got to help themselves. So I tell my people at my job all the time, I can't care more than you care about yourself. Right. So if I'm caring more about you, then we got a problem. You never gonna. There's nothing I can do for you because you don't care. You don't even care enough for yourself.
And
So I'm doing it in vain. I'm doing it for no reason.
Facts. Now, how long have you been doing your podcast now? How many years?
It's had to been over 3 years now. Because I know I was in the other building at least 2 years, and I've been in my own building for about at least a year now. You know, in the first year in the other building, you talking about after paying high light bills and stuff about $2,000 for the first year, not charging anybody. You know, it's yeah.
Man, no. That's why I say people don't really understand what it is to actually run something like this. And I remember your building because you had the artwork on the wall.
Yeah.
And you had it on the door, everything, the camera set up, background. And then right then you were doing a lot of artists. Like you had rappers.
I'm still doing that. It's just few now.
Yes.
It's few now because of the location and because, you know, I'm kind of strict on the price right now. Now, if you done been on the show before and you done paid before, you know, people like that right there, I do look out for them. But, you know, if you're a first timer, then yeah, I'm kind of strict on the price.
Yeah, because you got to see what they all about also, and so they won't waste your time.
Exactly.
You spoke of Jay Wayne earlier. I think Jay Wayne is on here. So shouts out to Jay Wayne.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Tayron Bush. Shouts out to John Georgia. And all of you other kings and queens, we appreciate you guys watching. We thank you so much. Don't forget, go over to Wesley Fly TV. But it should be Wesley Fly Forest.
Yeah, Wesley Fly Forest on Facebook. Yeah.
And on all your other social media platforms, you can find it with Wesley Fly TV.
Fly Like TV.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So don't forget to like and share. Also, right now, hit that share button, click it, and hit that like button again for me. Get the word out. We are live right now with Wesley Fly Forest. And he is with Wesley Fly TV, the CEO of the platform. And what we're talking about today is how we got into this business, why we got into this business. And it's not easy, y'all. It's not easy. Yeah. But with the love of a community and support, it makes everything well worth it. Now, can you tell me of some of the most exciting times or a moment where you just like thoroughly enjoyed it and just kind of like made it even more all worth it?
Man, that's a good question. I think one of my first actual episode I did was like so bad, like I didn't even post it, right? So the first actual one, I set it up with me, my homegirl Ashley. I had Drew, get well soon, Drew.
Drew the barber.
Yeah, Drew. Yeah. And then we was interviewing Valerie, but you know, we were just all so unprepared that it was like a train wreck. Like, you know, we thinking we gonna drink and have a good time, talk. Yeah. But it was just, you know, it was just too many emotions, and anybody else would have been like, man, you need to post that. But I wanted it to be, I wasn't looking for the drama in order to get views. I wanted to be professional, so it'd be taken serious in the long run. So my next interview, my second interview that I did, or second episode of the podcast, because we wasn't doing interviews, we were having good conversations, but like how you doing right now. But we did Stro. Shout out to Stro. That was my very first one that I posted with me and Stro and Ashley. Okay. And we had one more person. I can't even think of her name right now. It's been so long since I talked to her, but yeah, we talked about him and, you know, his relationships and how he's going through doing like the polygamy relationship with him and his wife and his girlfriend, and, you know, how that all started. So that kind of like the success of that right there made me kind of keep going with it. So that was dope. Wow.
So as y'all can hear, it's always a start.
Yeah, that was the very start that it kept it like that motivated me. That let me know we can do it. Like I can get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from that stemmed a brick and mortar building where he was getting it done.
Yeah.
And all those expenditures, y'all don't understand, because I know when you opened that brick and mortar, the first thing people did was come up there looking to get some bread. Look, I can help. I can do this. I can do that.
Yeah, I got a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did get a lot of people that, you know, they wanted to comment. They say they wanted to help and stuff like that, which is fine. I appreciate it. You know, shout out to them. But I don't like having people I don't really know like that up under me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yes, of course, man, because sometimes people have other agendas, or they looking for just something.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of time and money invested into it. So you can't just frivolously be trying to help the world. Not.
Yeah.
But as you can see how far you've advanced now into your own building, you know what I'm saying? What's the difference between that and the spot you got now? Do you like or miss the other spot?
It's pros and cons. Yeah, I missed the other spot, to be honest.
Okay.
Because you're not bringing people to your actual location.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's pros and cons of both.
Yeah.
The pros to having the other building was, you know, you can have any and everybody come over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you ain't got to be super wary of people. Yeah. Like it is like in my own place, like it's at my house.
Yeah.
You know, it's not in my house, but it's at my house. So you kind of more at alert to who you bring over there, how you bringing, you watching them.
Yes.
You know, you paying attention to how they acting. If they, you know, you just don't want to have everybody at your house. I'm not used to that.
Facts.
I don't have a lot of visitors.
Look, if it was up to my wife is the same way. She's like, you can't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to be careful, man.
This was
people weird, man.
Oh, I already know. This is the most cost-effective way, and I try to be leery of who it is. You know what I mean? So and keep the energy positive.
Yeah.
You know. Now you said it's been about 3 years. I'm trying to figure out did we start at the same time or right around the same time?
I think it was right around. Well, you started, I think, like around about my second year, because I was in the building then. That's when you started. When I got over there, but I started a year before that at the Yummy Factory. You know Ashley?
Yummy Factory. Yeah.
She had the Yummy Factory. Ashley Marks.
She had over there at the bridal shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
what's going on, TJ?
She rented me out like a small little room in the back or whatever for like, you know, for a little bit of nothing, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I just kind of outgrew it kind of quick.
Yeah.
You know, once I knew what I needed, it wasn't enough room for me to do everything I was trying to do, you know. But, you know, shouts out to her. She was one of the hosts that was on there, so.
Oh, yeah, I know Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley, good people.
Man, great people, man. Great people. You know, she one of the ones that kept me going, made it kind of interesting. We had our regular episodes going on, so like that was somebody dope that I met. Like you meet a lot of dope people in the midst of doing this.
And you're right, because I remember I was I think I asked her to come on one of my episodes when I first started.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Getting back to it, what was one of your first cameras? What was the first camera you had when you shot your first?
I still got my first cameras. I still use them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I use all my same stuff. It was Sony. Sony ZV-1, Sony Z10 or whatever. I ain't gonna act like I know a whole lot about it.
Bro, I know. No.
But it was a Sony. I still use both of my cameras. And I ain't changed nothing. I just learned them.
Facts. Because I had a couple people come in here, and I work my cameras one way.
Yeah.
The way I work with them is I cut them on, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
But when they came in and said, "Oh, you know, you just running on 720p, right?" I said, "What?"
Yeah.
They get in there, they open up the systems. "Hey, yeah, I'm gonna upgrade you to 1080p unless you want to go to the 4K resolution."
Yeah.
Bro, you don't know how slow I felt.
Yeah.
You know, I got stuff, but then I'm not even using it to this full capacity.
Yeah. You can't be content. You can't look at stuff and accept it.
Yeah.
You kind of gotta always ask yourself, how can you make it better? And do the research and get it done.
That's facts. And that's where I can say I was dragging my feet. I just wanted the camera to cut on.
You just wanted it to work.
What?
You was good with it just working. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean that happens sometimes. You know, it may be good enough for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really all that matters sometimes. But when you talk about this content game, you want to have it shouldn't be competition, but it is. And one of the best ways to compete is having the best quality.
Facts.
You got
and audio.
You got to have good quality audio and visual.
Yes.
Or people ain't trying to watch no blurry screen.
That's facts.
And if they can't hear you, it's even worse.
And that's something I learned, that sometimes the audio can be even more important than the picture, man.
Nah, for real.
Like that audio is crazy. And then when I started watching other people's content, that's when you start realizing certain things, like, man, you know what? I swiped out that video because I didn't like the audio.
Yeah.
Or I swiped out that video because it was too much. You know what I mean? So you learn stuff. What's been some important lessons you learned by just doing your content?
Some lessons I learned.
Mm-hmm.
I try to be more understanding people and try not to judge people. You know, you got different people come different walks of life.
Yeah.
They look at things differently. So when they come in and, you know, they may say certain things I don't like, do certain things I don't like, you know, I learned not to judge them. Just let people be them, do them. You know, they are who they are, right? I try to let them be that. And, you know, in most cases, people will be like, they probably get mad at them, won't post their music, won't post their stuff because of something they said or did, rub them the wrong way. But I don't. I just see it as business. You know, at first it did turn me off from a lot of, you know, different things and people, but, you know, it don't really bother me like it used to.
But that's real. And that shows your professionalism also.
Yeah.
It shows a lot of the professionalism. Now, dealing with folks, do you remember, did you have a lot of followers before you started, or did a lot of your followers come after?
What you call a lot?
Well, shoot. If you had 2,000, did you jump to like 3 to 5,000 like within a short period of time, or did it just trickle in?
Now, when I got started, I already had like 3,600 friends. Mm-hmm. So as soon as I switched over, it became 3,600 followers. So it grew pretty quick. Within the first year, I was already past the 5,000 mark. So I mean, I couldn't get more than 5,000 friends.
Yeah, why is it do that? Mm-hmm.
It won't it'll make you go into professional mode, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, I just watched it grow over time. Within the first year, it was like at 8,000. By the next year, it was at 10. Now it's at 12. So I just let it continuously grow.
Do it.
You know, yep.
Right now, well, shouts out to TJ Grace. Also, my son is watching. That was one of my engineers, Martez Mosley. Shouts out to you, son. And then in the building, we got one of the hardest working coaches in Liberty County, Christopher Miller. What's up, Miller? What's going on, Bubba? I appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, share it out, and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Type in Black Kings Free Game on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. And also subscribe to Wesley Fly Forest or Wesley Fly TV. Don't forget to subscribe on all platforms. He's also on Apple. Is Apple Music?
It's on it's Apple Podcasts. Everybody on iHeart Media and stuff like that. So yeah, it's on all that.
Y'all don't forget to subscribe and support. You know how we earn our cheddar? It's by you hitting that like button, subscribing, and sharing. Also posting in all of the things, your comments, and just getting us out in that algorithm. Because right here in this town of Liberty County and Long, because you right there on that border, right?
Yeah.
Also in these areas, you know, people don't do enough like they do in the big cities. They got more exposure to more people. But out here, we got to get it how we live.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? When they say started from the bottom, now we here.
Yeah.
We started from the bottom, and now we here, but we still got other levels to reach. So we appreciate all of y'all support out there. Oh, what's good, Chris? So if y'all have any questions, don't forget to type it in the chat. I am watching, but we about to get into the just getting free. Oh, okay. Or hold on, because Eddie might stop in real quick in 5 minutes, and we'll take a couple of questions from Eddie. But one thing I realized when doing this content, right, is keeping it fresh, keeping it new. Now, am I allowed to ask you about any of the people that you had on your show?
Nah, it's cool. You ask me whatever.
Now,
I think the only thing I don't want to talk about is my job.
I got you on that. So recently you had Rat on.
Okay.
Look, when you had Rat on there, bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. I didn't even hear what he said. I didn't have to hear what he said, bro. I just started cheesing, man.
Yeah.
How was that experience with Rat? But I know it had to be wild, bro.
I've been knowing him for a minute. You know, so it was wild. It was so much stuff that I ain't post that I still got behind that interview with him, because it wasn't the goal I was going for, right? I'm pretty sure there's people out there that think, you know, I wanted to get him on, I wanted him to be drunk and act a fool, but that's not what I wanted. So I was kind of disappointed in the interview. What I wanted to do was I wanted people to see him like who he really was. I wanted him to tell his story. I wanted him to show up sober, you know, and show his actual personality, not just him, you know, drinking. So I was kind of disappointed in the interview. I almost didn't post it at all. But he's so funny, just, you know, he's so much of a character. He had so many good stories. You know, I went ahead and posted what I could. But I mean, it was exciting. You know, just having him there. I feel like I'm trying to get him back on to kind of redo it. But I want him to be, you know, in the right state of mind when we do it. I want him to have, you know, tell like his actual story, stuff that actual happened, you know, not just him just telling stories just to be funny. I want to get like a real life, you know, interview story with him. Yeah,
and see that's important. See, you're not looking just for just the funny content. You want people to know him as a person.
Yeah. I wanted people to know who he is as a person, because I done been around him for both. I done been around him. We all lived in Raintree for a long period of time to where, you know, he wasn't drunk a lot of the times, right? Yeah. You know, we done woke up in the same places. You know, walking around at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, just regular stuff, regular days, just regular conversations. So that's what I wanted people to see.
Speaking of Raintree, you mind if I take it there for a minute?
Yeah, that's cool.
So, Raintree, I remember growing up. Now, do you remember when it was said that somebody was hung from the flagpole over there? Do you remember that?
Nah.
Look, I remember somebody saying, "Hey man, you know, a Raintree, they hung this dude from a flagpole." I was like, what?
Nah, I ain't never heard of that.
Never.
Nah.
So I'm taking it that's not true. If y'all remember that in the chat, especially Chris Miller, do you remember that? If you do, put it in the chat so I'll know that was not a lie, or it might have been a lie.
I don't know. I ain't never heard that one.
For real?
Nah.
Bro, I remember people talking about that joint. But in Raintree, I remember it being live. And when I'm live, I'm not talking about bad. I'm talking about people outside, people be barbecuing in the park. And, you know, I think Raintree sometimes get a bad rap just because people just think that that's the projects. But that was an area where a lot of families were, bro.
Nah, we was good out there. I mean, we was out there for a good little minute. You know, it'd be a little drama here and there, but
that's everywhere,
yeah, it wasn't nothing crazy. It wasn't nothing crazy. There's no time I walked outside and felt like, you know, something's gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't no day. We didn't even lock the doors. Nothing ever came up missing. It was just regular, like we just didn't have nothing.
And,
you know?
And you know what? That's something that, you know, people paint the picture of stuff. Just like when I said I heard somebody at home from the flagpole. That's how people create things, just to make an environment seem like what they think it is.
Yeah, a lot of the drama came from people that didn't even live out there. There'll be people coming out there, you know, doing little stupid stuff and then leaving. A lot of the stuff that did happen while we was out there was people that didn't even live out there. So it really, you know, stuff can happen. Stuff did happen every now and then, but on a regular day, nah, it wasn't nothing going on.
While you tripping, it was more smoke out there in Bryan Village on base than it was. I think at Raintree, cuz
you might be right.
Hey, Christopher Miller said, I don't know nothing about that, but I had some good times out there.
Nah, for real.
Man, for real though.
Even when I moved from out there, you know, that's where we was at. That's where everybody we hung around was at.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't been out there in a while because the people I used to be around gone. So I don't go out there, but like I said, I like to be at the house too.
Yeah.
I like to spend my spare time at the house, so I ain't been out there. But it was cool.
Thanks.
It was cool.
Now, where did you graduate? What school was you?
I didn't graduate.
Ah, for real?
Nah, I didn't graduate.
Okay.
I think the furthest I made it was like 10th grade. And, you know, I was supposed to be in 11th grade at the time, but, you know, once I started working, it was a wrap.
Bet.
So I started working. I probably got my GED maybe 5, 6, 7 years later. You know, once I felt like doing it.
Yeah.
Whatever. I got it. It was easy. Whatever. But nah, I didn't graduate, man. You know, I didn't have parents that made us go to school and do certain things. Like, we just did whatever. Once we got a certain age, we just did whatever we wanted to do.
Now, do you still have a favorite school that you do like to rep, like Liberty County?
Nah, I'm not for real. I was in Tatton County my 9th grade year. I'm from Glenville.
For real?
So yeah, you know, that was probably my best year of school. Like that first year, 9th grade, Tatton County.
Did you go to second year?
Second year.
In Tatton County. Mr. Ashford was the principal when I went.
That was in 2001 when I was there.
Oh, okay. I forgot I'm older than you. My bad.
Yeah, so that was 2001. So, Mr. King, I think Mr. King was the principal while I was there.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember because that was my first year I got a paddle in that same year.
Oh, that's when they used to paddle. For real.
For real.
Did you, there was a librarian. Her name was Miss Mosley. I don't know if you knew her.
Sound familiar, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't spending much time in the library.
Well, that was my mother. For real. So my mother.
At Tatton County?
Yeah, in Glenville. I went to.
You have to show me a picture of her. I might know who she is. She might know who I am.
Bet she probably does while you playing.
What year was she there? Was she there in 01?
Man, I believe so. I think she retired in 2003 or 4.
Yeah. Because I was there during that same year, 9/11. I remember being in class there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for real.
Now, 9/11, that's how I know I'm older than you. Dang, I'm way older than you, bro. I was in college. And when 9/11 happened, I was at my dormitory and I was headed to the cafeteria. And I saw people stopping their cars, getting out their cars, running into the caf. And that's when I remember seeing it on the TV screen. And right when I walked in, you saw a plane crashing into the building. Now I just thought it was a repeat of like the plane going in, but that was the second plane. Yeah. And I was like blown away, bro.
Nah, I was in the 9th grade. I was in the computer class and wasn't doing that. But they turned the TV on, and you know, after that, from each class, we was just watching it from class to class. Yeah. That's how I remember what year that was.
That was crazy, bro. Yeah. And I know you was in Glenville, right?
Yeah.
But when that went on, man, I don't know if you ever came to the Ville and saw how they locked this base down.
Nah, we ain't really come to Hinesville like that. When we was living in Glenville, we rarely came. We didn't come to Hinesville. We didn't even have a car. So only time we did come to Hinesville, we happened to beg my daddy to let me go with him and his friend to Walmart or whatever. They ain't did nothing but ride around and
the mall,
act like it was the mall or whatever. But we ain't come to Hinesville like that. We ain't had no transportation.
Well, look, back then, that's when they had the drive-through theater or the drive-in theater, but it was a little blue theater building, and I'm trying to remember exactly. I think it's where Lowe's is now. Yeah. That's where we had the movie theater. Hinesville was not large, y'all, and Walmart was the mall. Do you
Yeah,
hear
it
me?
was.
That was a mall. And
Walmart's still the mall.
Yeah, right. We got 3 of them now,
Yeah.
though. That's the
Walmart's still
crazy
the mall.
part. And Walmart was over there where City Trends is.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hinesville has grown, and as you can see, all the way from Tatnall County to Liberty County, there's always a connection. Now in the show, bro, before we get up out of here, there is a part where we give the kings and queens some encouragement to help them get through the week, the month, or the year. So I want to know if there's something that you would like to tell them directly, and if it is, go in and shoot it out to them, Wes.
I mean, it's a bunch of different things, right?
Yeah.
But I say one of the things that helped me the most is, have patience, do the research, find something that you like to do, and, do the research, and don't depend on nobody to do nothing for you, because the best person to help you is you. If you waiting on somebody to, give you a boost or give you a hand, telling how long you're gonna be waiting, right?
Thanks.
But if you learn how to do it by yourself, whether people want to help you or not, you your best friend, you'll get it done. Because everybody ain't got, what you got. Somebody to, come back there and work the computers. They might be in the same predicament that I'm in, to where you got to learn how to work all the cameras. You got to learn how to do the audio. You got to learn how to, post it on all platforms. You got to learn how to do all these things yourself, and really become, independent if you really have a passion for it. So just, self-motivate yourself to get things done. Don't wait on nobody to do it for you.
Thanks. Well, I got a few things to say. The first thing is, Wes, I appreciate you, bro. I really do. When you invited me on the show for the Relay for Life, man, that really, besides the show that I have here, that was my first time like being, a guest.
Yeah.
And it felt different and it felt good. And I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you showing up, because you came and supported the event, you and your wife, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that speaks volumes. And I just want to tell you, man, you keep pushing forward, keep going. I'm here to support you even more. Whenever you need me, I'm there.
I appreciate that.
And to the kings and queens, man, I leave you with this. Look, in the Bible, they say faith without works is dead. So just imagine if you dreaming, but you're not doing any work to go towards it. Where does that leave it? Because, you can have faith in something all day long, but if you don't never work towards it, how are you ever going to achieve it? Motivation is big. That's a big obstacle to overcome. Because if you don't get self-motivated, it's not going to happen. And just like Wes said, look, everybody don't have that person that's going to get back there behind that camera. You're going to have to do it yourself, because you want to be independent, because you really want to see that dream come true. And speaking of that, to Miss Mosley back there on the ones and twos, thank you so much, baby. I love you. I appreciate you. You hear me? And to Miss Forrest, Mrs. Forrest, I appreciate you sticking through. 18 years, oh my goodness. We want to live to see it. You feel me? I think me and my wife were 14, 15 years in strong, together.
Yeah.
Married for 13. So, we keep it moving, trying to keep it fresh, and I stay at home.
Yeah. I also want to tell just the people that's out there watching. I know I got a lot of people that want to come in and get interviewed, or they thinking just because I didn't reach out to them that I don't want them on. But I'm here to say, if you want to come on, just reach out to me. Just shoot me the DM. It's going, if we not friends, it's going to go to the request, right? So I probably won't see it at first, and just give me some time to see it and respond to you. If you're trying to advertise, I'm about business, so I'm probably going to charge, right? But if it's just, you know, somebody that I just want to interview, if I really want to interview you, we're going to get it done. You know, and it ain't got to, people ask me all the time, is it only about music? It ain't got to be all about music, you know. I'm still trying to get the mayor on there. You know, we kind of touch bases a little bit. So I think, you know, I would love to do a one-on-one interview with the mayor, like a life story type of thing. You know, I think that'd be dope. People want to, you know, see these people and see who they are, find out who they really are, their personality, stuff like that. I feel like that'd be dope. So, you know, if y'all watching, you know, just shoot me the DM, Wesley Fly Forest on Facebook, and I got y'all.
Now look, y'all heard it right here from the CEO and founder of Wesley Fly TV, Wesley Fly Forest.
Yeah.
I want you guys to stay motivated. Always encourage and always be about them works, because faith without works is dead. Don't you be. It's your boy, King Khan of the People's Champ in the building with Wesley Fly Forest. And until next time, I'll see you later. And we're right.